Cool and Dre. This is the remix for the city. Let's just start snapping. Crack hit bleak on the jack like, let's make it happen. Oh, it's
Nothing
me.
can stop me. I'm all the way up.
It's me.
All the way up.
It's me.
I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Show it what you want. Show it what.
Alright, what's up guys? This is Fax Nuclear, and we are going to make a video today on NFL predictions. I actually don't know what week it is. I mean, I haven't been watching football because of all the protests and stuff. I just don't watch it anymore. So, this is the Fax crew. We are going to do NFL predictions. So, Johnny, or Fax and Skittle, you start us off. Our first game on the list is San Francisco 49ers versus the Chicago Bears. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Chicago Bears. I think that they will have a tremendous game against these 49ers. As the 49ers they've had a hard season. I think the Bears will come in here, even though they've had a pretty hard season too. But they're rebuilding. Both teams are rebuilding, but I think the Bears has got the upper hand in this one. So I'm taking Chicago.
I'm going to take the Chicago Bears as well. I mean, I think that they've had a bad season, but not as bad as this 49ers team has. I know the Bears have had a really rough season this year, like really bad, but I just think that the Bears are still going to be able to pull it off over the 49ers, because the 49ers, they're just not playing good football right now. They're just not. I mean, there's not much to say about them. They're having quarterback problems, and from last year, what that Colin Kaepernick guy did to them, he just basically ruined their franchise. Nobody likes them anymore because of what they did. You know, protesting, all that crap, people, and all that crap started, and that's why nobody even likes the 49ers anymore, because their owner, I just seen on the news, he agrees with that protesting crap. I don't agree with that. That's why I haven't been watching NFL. I mean, I'll sit at the house, maybe watch the Mountaineers and Buckeyes play or something like that, but I'm not going to watch the NFL. I just will do the predictions on basically what I know about them for now, because I haven't watched them since like week 6, week 4, something like that. Whenever all this crap started. So, I just don't think the 49ers are going to be able to pull it off. I mean, they're having quarterback problems. They just don't have anybody that can make plays right now. They've had Matt Barkley quarterback didn't work, Ryan Hoyer quarterback didn't work. They have some other dude starting now. I don't even know who he is. I know that those two ain't starting. So they're having a quarterback problem. And the quarterback, they're the captain of the offense. And, they don't have a good captain. They can't get this team together and work. They can't get it to work. So, I mean, the Bears, on the other hand, they've got Trubisky. I mean, you can't expect much out of him. He's just a rookie, and he's trying to get wins in this league. I mean, so it's rough on him trying to lead a team like this. So I think that Trubisky will be able to get it going tomorrow, be able to throw some bombs, play smart. So I think the Bears will be able to pull this win.
All right, and up next we got the Broncos and Dolphins. I'm taking Denver on this one. Denver, they've been off and on, but the Dolphins has been off and on as well. So I think Denver, they might have got it together. Their defense is definitely going to put a lot of pressure on Cutler. Cutler's going to probably throw a lot of interceptions in this game, so I think that'll win it for the Broncos. Not necessarily their quarterback. I mean, he's had a rough start. Who they got now? They still got Brock Osweiler, or did they get rid of him again?
I think they have actually Paxton Lynch starting right now.
I mean, they've had a horrible time after Peyton Manning quit. They've had so many quarterback changes. They need to get one, stick with him, and work with him. That way the team can get used to him. But can't figure out who they want to start. So, I mean, their defense is going to have to get them this win. Maybe a couple of field goals. I just don't see them getting very many good plays with their offense. So, but I'm taking Denver because Miami, I just don't think they can do any much better. So, I'm taking Denver on this one.
Fax Mosquito couldn't explain it any better. He said exactly the same things I was going to say. So I'm going to go right there with you, Fax Mosquito, and I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos.
All right, and up next we got the Texans and Titans, and I'm picking Titans. They got home field. Texans and Titans, they both had a pretty good season. Both had some struggles, but I think Tennessee's got this one. Texans I just don't see them coming in here and beating the Titans. So I'm picking the Titans.
I'm going to have to take the Titans as well. They've had an amazing season. I mean, they've got, I don't think, they've got Marcus Mariota at quarterback. He's been playing good football this year. And they've got people that can make plays. They're the opposite of the last game, the Dolphins. The Dolphins doesn't have anybody, and the Titans are the opposite of that. They got players all over the board that they can use to beat you. And the Titans, I just think it's going to be able to pull off this win. I just don't see the Texans winning this game.
All right. And up next we have the Vikings and Atlanta. And I'm taking Atlanta on this one.
I'm going to have to take the Atlanta Falcons as well. I mean, both of these teams just played good football this year. I think that the Falcons just kind of had this little bounce back mode lately. I mean, they've kind of been coming back, starting to get the groove back in, winning football games. So I could see the Vikings winning this, but I kind of don't. And so I think that the Falcons should be able to pull it off from Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman. I mean, they've got weapons all over the board that they can attack you with. They got decent defense. I mean, they don't have the best defense, but they've got a defense that can cause problems and probably rush your quarterback. So I think that Atlanta's got everything that it takes to be able to pull off this game against Minnesota.
All right, and up next we have the Patriots and the Bills. I think the Patriots will win it. Bills has had too much quarterback change. They don't know who they want as quarterback. They can't stick with one, so I'm picking the Patriots for this game.
I'm going to take the Patriots as well. I mean, the Bills has had a rough season, rough start. I mean, I just don't think they're going to go anywhere. I don't think they're going to make it to the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they're already out. So I just don't see the Bills winning this game against the Patriots. I mean, the Bills is usually one of the teams that puts up a fight against the Patriots every year. I mean, I just don't. I wish they would come through and beat the Patriots. I love to see the Patriots lose, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, the Patriots have got too many weapons. They got Tom Brady, and he's supposed to be the best quarterback of all time, but I don't think so. So I just still think that the Patriots are still going to be able to win it. I mean, I just don't see the Bills winning this game. I mean, they've come close year after year, and the Jets has too. The Jets has put up a good fight against the Patriots too. I think. One of the recent ones, the Jets almost won, I'm pretty sure. Last year or this year, I don't really remember, but I just see the Patriots winning. I just think that they can put up a fight, but they just can't finish the game. They just can't beat the team like the Patriots. Like the Patriots, they can't beat them.
All right, and up next we have the where are we at? Colts and Jaguars, and I'm going to take the Jaguars in this one. I really ain't got much to say about it. I think the Jaguars will win it, and that's all I got.
I think that actually the Colts will be able to pull this one off. I mean, I know they don't have Andrew Luck, and they've got I think Scott Tolzien starting. I'm not for sure who it is, but I mean he hasn't done bad coming in for Andrew Luck. He hasn't done horrible. So I just think that the Colts should be able to get this win. I mean, there's really not much to say about this game. I mean, it's kind of a tough choice. I mean, both of these teams is kind of like head-to-head with each other. I mean, it's kind of hard to choose one. But I think that the Colts might be able to come in and win this game.
All right, and up next we got Tampa and Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay in this one. They just come off that loss from Pittsburgh, and I see they want to get revenge here on Tampa for that loss against Pittsburgh. They got home field, and I think Tampa won't be able to match up with them. So I'm picking Green Bay.
I'm probably going to get this game wrong, but I'm going to take Tampa. I mean, I know Green Bay just come off that loss. They're probably going to be coming into this game raring to go and stuff, but I just don't think that Green Bay will be able to get this win. I mean, I can see it happen, but I think Jameis Winston might be able to get his offense together, the defense get hyped up, come in there and take down this Green Bay team. I mean, there's nothing better than taking down one of the better teams in the league. I mean, they kind of went downhill since they lost Aaron Rodgers, but Brett Hundley still stood in there and got wins for him, but I think this will be one of his losses against the Buccaneers. I mean, the Buccaneers, they've got a good veteran defense. They got veterans all over the board. They got a couple rookies in there. mean, they got second-year man Vernon Harger. He's playing corner position. He's pretty good. He can make plays. It's just, if these guys on Tampa, if they all step up and they play to their potential, I think that they have the ability to be one of the better teams in the league. I think that Tampa Bay will be able to pull it off against the Packers.
All right, and up next we have Kansas City and the Jets. I'm taking Kansas City. Kansas City's had a terrific season. They started off against the Patriots. They beat the Patriots. They murdered the Patriots. They've had a terrific season, and I'm taking Kansas on this one.
I have to agree with you. I'm going to have to take Kansas City. I mean, the Jets, they can't figure out who they want at quarterback. I mean, they don't want to start Bryce Petty because he's still kind of young in this league. They don't want to start Christian Hackenberg because this is only his second year. Or he might be, he actually might be a rookie this year. I don't really remember what he is because I haven't watched football in so long. But I think he possibly could be a rookie or he could be a second-year man. But I think he's a second-year man. Bryce Petty, he's been in this league for a little bit. This is probably his third or fourth year, but he still hasn't got a chance to start. I think that the Jets should give him a chance instead of just trying to go out there and pick up somebody to start. I think that the Jets could be a successful team if they just get the right guy to be the leader of this football team, or the offense part at least, to step up and try to get these guys wins, but they just don't have anybody right now. And on the other hand, Chiefs, I just don't think that the Jets is going to be able to beat the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs have had terrific seasons. Like Fax Mosquito said, they destroyed the Patriots. I mean, they can destroy the Patriots. They can just about destroy any team. So I'm going to take Kansas City in this one.
All right, and up next we have Detroit and the Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens. Baltimore, they might not have had a flashy season. I really ain't watched much football either. I usually watch more college football than I watch NFL, but I don't know much about the Ravens season this year, but I know Detroit ain't had a great season either, so I'm going to take the Ravens on this one. Detroit just can't really get it together. They couldn't beat the I can't remember who did they play over Thanksgiving break. They couldn't beat the Vikings. They couldn't beat Pittsburgh. They ain't been able to beat some key teams that I thought they should have beat. So I'm taking the Ravens on this one.
I'm going to have to disagree. I'm going to have to take the Lions. I mean, the Lions have actually had a decent season. I mean, they've done better than they usually do. They was on top of the division earlier this year. I mean, I don't know if they still are, or Green Bay's taking over again, or Minnesota. You know, Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit, they've all stepped up this year. There was a point when Minnesota was leading, and Green Bay was leading, and Detroit was leading. I mean, they're all good teams. I mean, but I think that Detroit should be able to get this win over the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens has beat pretty big teams. They beat some big guys. They beat big teams like that, but I just don't see him going against Matthew Stafford and him because he's a great quarterback. He'll probably be in the Vikings Hall of Fame. He'll probably be in the Hall of Fame itself. I mean, I think he's good enough where he'll be in the Hall of Fame. So I think with a good veteran quarterback like that they should be able to get it going. He can get his team together and get Marvin Jones making plays. They can get all these guys all hyped up. I think that the Lions should be able to come into Baltimore and take this win.
All right, up next we got the Browns and the Chargers. Obviously, Chargers, Browns. Don't ever pick Browns. Obviously, Chargers. There ain't nothing else to say about that. Chargers is going to win it. Who are you taking?
I'll take the Chargers. I mean, the last year, I'm pretty sure that the Browns beat the Chargers by field goal. I'm pretty sure that was their only one game that beat the Chargers. But I just don't think it's going to happen again this year. I doubt, because they got a lot worse this year. I mean, they was better than they was this year, last year. I mean, this year they're just really bad. They just cannot get it together. The Browns, you just can't say how bad they are. I've never seen a team like this. Like, I don't even know if they should even be in the NFL. I don't think they have a good enough franchise to even get a win. They can't even compete in this league anymore. There's no chance of them winning. But they maybe have a slight chance of playing against the 49ers or the Jets. I mean, I just don't see them winning a game like this against this high-powered offense to the Chargers, especially with the Browns with a bad defense. I think Philip Rivers is going to have a heyday against that defense tomorrow. He'll probably throw some touchdowns. He might even tuck one in and run himself for a touchdown. You never know about Philip. I just think the Chargers will be able to win this game against the Browns. I don't see the Browns ever winning a game, so I'm going to take the Chargers.
Alright, well, next we got the Panthers and the Saints. Now, I'm watching the highlights, as y'all should be able to hear the highlights of the Saints and, who was it? Saints and Rams game. Yeah, my brain just kind of froze there. The Saints and Rams game, I was very disappointed. The Saints did not win. Now, Rams is just as good as the Saints, and I just thought, though, the Saints might be able to overpower. Even, I think, Fax Nuclear picked the Saints, even though he wanted the Rams to win. So, you know, and the Rams kind of shocked me with that win. Now, I thought the Rams might win it, but I said, no, Saints just have a really good season. But they both have really good seasons. But I said, no, the Saints will win it. But that didn't happen. Really great game. But the Saints didn't come out with a win. But on this game, I'm definitely going to go ahead and take the Saints. Panthers has had a shaky season. Good season, some bad switched to good. So I'm taking the Saints because they just had a terrific season. So I'm taking the Saints on this one.
I think I'm going to disagree this game. I'm going to take the Panthers. I mean, this is always, it used to be whenever I watch football, this is one of my favorite games to watch. I mean, there's nothing better than Cam Newton and Drew Brees going at it. Two of the all-time greats, I think. Cam Newton with his legs, he can run, make plays, jump over defenders. And Drew Brees with his arm and his ability to make plays. I mean, it's just a great quarterback matchup, quarterback rivalry, too. I mean, it's a good game to watch every year, so if you guys don't watch football after this is the game you would want to watch. These two teams going head to head, they can match up with each other. I mean, it's a really hard decision to choose who you think is going to win with this game. But I think that the Panthers should be able to come in this year and beat them.
Alright, up next we have the Rams and the Cardinals. I think the Rams is going to slay the Cardinals. Rams has had a terrific season. I think the Rams and Saints might be Super Bowl. I think they might just be Super Bowl contenders. I mean, or they definitely should be. They should definitely. One of them is definitely going to make it to the Super Bowl. So I'm taking the Rams on this one. They've both had a great year, the Cardinals and the Rams. But I just think the Rams has been terrific ever since they went to Los Angeles. They've just rebuilt. They've got some key players, and they've just been on a roll. So I'm taking the Rams.
I'm going to have to disagree again. I'm going to have to take the Cardinals in this game. Yeah, I've heard how good the Rams have done this season. Carson Palmer is a veteran quarterback. He can get his team going, and I've seen it in highlights when he played for the Bengals too. He can get his team up and ready to go. He can get them hyped up. He can get them working. He's just a good veteran. He's a quarterback you want on your team. He just got that ability to make plays. He can even run at some points. I mean, he's not one of those guys that you can expect to run 40 to 50 yards a game like Cam Newton and Russell Wilson, but he can tuck it in and run if he has to. I mean, Rams have had a terrific season, like Fax and Skeeto said, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, I think this is going to be a bounce-back game for the Cardinals, and they're going to be able to come in and win this football game.
Well, I mean, the only reason I think, personally, that the Rams should win it, and it's because how great they did against the Saints. The Saints has had a terrific season. They beat them by 6 points, and then you got Arizona taking the Jaguars at home and only beat the Jaguars by 3 points. So you kind of got to think.
They're a tough team, though. They can come in and they can surprise you.
Exactly. I mean, the Jaguars is a tough team, and you got to think the Rams is an even tougher, harder, really great team. You just got to think, well, you know, you look, you compare, you like, well, Jaguars and Cardinals here. Jaguars barely got beat by 3. You got to take Saints and Rams. Rams won at home field by 6 points. Both teams were really great teams coming in and playing these two teams. Then you got to take the fact Cardinals and Rams. Rams had a little bit better advantage. I mean, I don't know. I just think the Rams has got it. Just just because the way they played this year, their season, and then the fact that the Cardinals, to me, they ain't really played. They played great, but they ain't played to fullest potential that the Rams have. So that's why I'm taking the Rams on this one. I just had to clarify that. Had to let you know that. But anyways, up next we got the Giants in Oklahoma. Oakland. Lord Jesus, I'll get it out eventually. We got the Giants and Oakland Raiders. I'm watching the highlights of Broncos and Raiders, and I think the Raiders took that win. Pretty sure they took that win. So, and the Raiders just looked really great. They pulled up this season. They've kind of started playing better. So, I'm going to take the Raiders in this one. New York just benched Eli Manning. I don't know if they're going to stick with it or not, but they benched him. They wasn't doing good with him anyways. I just think that they have no chance of going in here and beating Oakland.
I'm going to take the Raiders as well. They've had a decent season. There's not much to say about this game. I'm just going to agree with what he said. I mean, the Raiders, I think they should be able to come through and win.
All right, and up next we have the Eagles and the Seahawks, and I'm taking the Eagles on this one. They've had a great season as well. I mean, it may not be, they may not really been talked about a lot this year, but they've really showed me that they've got what it takes to make it to the playoffs, and they've played some really great teams and won. They've beat the Cowboys. I mean, they look really decent. Even though the Cowboys didn't have Zeke in that game, they still beat them. I'm taking the Eagles over the Seahawks. Seahawks just had a decent year, but not a great year as former Super Bowl years that they went to. So I'm taking the Eagles on this one. They'll win probably by 14, 20 points.
I know how the Eagles is having an amazing season. I think I'm going to give the Seahawks a chance. I mean, they can surprise you. They're a tough team. They got a good defense, good offense. I mean, they're just a good team. I mean, both of these teams is really good. I call it the battle of the birds. I mean, the Eagles or the Seahawks. I mean, it's a hard decision. I mean, because they're both really good teams. I think that the Seahawks has the upper hand. I mean, they got more veteran players. I think if they can get their defense going, they can rush Carson Wentz. They should be able to make it a lot easier on themselves if they can get in there and rush.
Alright, guys. Well, we just lost Fax Nuclear. The next game is Pittsburgh and Bengals. He would probably go Pittsburgh on this one. I'm going to take the Bengals. Pittsburgh, they got the bigger chance of winning, but I just, Bengals never win against Pittsburgh, and it'd be nice to see them win one. So I'm going to take the Bengals on this one. That's all we got for today. Sorry about Faction to get cut off. He would probably pick Pittsburgh, but he got cut off. But we'll see you all on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below what videos you think we should do. We have him back, but I don't know how. Well, I can't get him. My phone died. I'll see you all on the next one.